sidewinder. Let's watch him as he slows it down using that torque of that 400 horsepower Lycoming IO580 engine to stop in just about one spot in the sky. In fact, Danny, using that
as the Raptor banks in from the left and cycles its weapons bay doors. Stop till we're legend. '60-degree flat turn.
CWO Bales, here's the call on the radio. Notice some 14 tires on board that aircraft. Inbound now, high and to the left, just 1,000 feet above the ground. Cameras at the ready, the KC-135 and the C-17 in the pre-contact position. All the maneuvers you have seen here today are examples of those flown by our operational air crew on a regular basis, and they provide the highly responsive and flexible airlift capability for America. This, ladies and gentlemen, surfaces cement, sand, dirt, and even ice. And as a result of this, C-17.
This is Stuart. I don't think that pilot is merely going to depart without saying goodbye to all of our great spectators and the air show organizers. We'll see if I'm correct. I'm in formation, very tight loop. I will tell you folks that the team leader is responsible for the heading, the altitude, and the speed for their team. It is no easy job being the team leader. Again here, this is called the bomber salute. Team leader leads them up right about in here. He calls smoke on. Then he calls ready, break. And they perform the veterans downward one another. As they get upside down, they will call contact. Maintaining separation for the double cross. And then changing direction by 90 degrees. 5,500 pounds. Let me reintroduce the team to you. Mark Henley from Birmingham, Alabama. Jimmy Ford from Monroe, Louisiana. Thing to do. They nailed it. Give them a big round. Oh, the thunder of the Pratt & Whitney engines. By the way, Luke Carrico will tell you that you hear two different sounds. At low speed, you hear that grumble, that power of the 600 horsepower Pratt & Whitney.
That's right. R1340.
When they get up to speed, the prop tips go. We're going to do a photo pass. Look at the tight formation as they showed you. And perhaps the team leader will have a little surprise for them. They get the discipline of flying formation. Hopefully, not only from the point of view of the team leader, but also Mark Henley pulls up. Brian Reagan says, wait for me. Steve says, I'm not going to do this alone. And Jimmy Fordham says, wait up. Oh, I want to be a part of this. And as the sun was going down in your hometown and you were taking a ride, you could see the light. And oh, in series, they're going to do that barrel roll maneuver. Change in values, like I mentioned before, heading your speed. And altitude. Below the wings. As they, without looking in the cockpit, grab the handle and put the gear to the down position, which is up. Where we have nothing to put into the air. The Aeroshell team with
Our show flying the Long EZ, Kyle Fowler from Canada. Roll. Stopping the aircraft every 90-degree angle of bank throughout the full 360-degree rolling maneuver. How about a big round of applause for Kyle Fowler in the 4-point roll? Capable of nearly 1,000 nautical miles. It's a very efficient aircraft. Many of these home-built airplanes, he's brought to us by his sponsors, to include Aerosport Power, powering the Long EZ.
So, along with the skill of fits, as he's called, these combinations allow him to be one of the few to do this. And it's the variety. Oh, man, that looks cool. It's the variety of the Red Bull Air Force that has them very much in demand. Well, this man, our pilot, Aaron Fitzgerald, call sign Fitz, born in Portland, Oregon. He is a veteran. He served in the U.S. Army as a paravision and commercial industry to do films from the air in a helicopter like this. In fact, he has, to his credit, over 100 films and TV shows and commercials. Well, he's also done
both day and night, flying this 1956 de Havilland DHC-1 designed originally as a trainer for the Royal Canadian Air Force. We're in for a display of low-level aerobatics in this classic air show airplane. Aviation has been part of Nathan's life. By the Commonwealth countries, but all the same aircraft. Over 15,000 of these advanced trainers were built. They were not released from government training service until, believe it or not, 1996, when the South African Air Force finally decided to retire this type of aircraft. That's how a great learning tool it is. So here comes Sparky, rounding a pylon in a left turn, just like you do it. The same airplane was called the S&J. And the same airplane as those two was called the Harvard by the Commonwealth countries, but all the same aircraft. Over 15,000 of these advanced trainers were built. They were not released from government training service until, believe it or not, 1996, when the South African Air Force finally decided to retire this type of aircraft. That's how a great learning tool it is. So here comes Sparky, rounding a pylon in a left turn, just like you do it. You got World War I.
and around our static display. News Channel 5 is here.
Entertainer, which he was. He loved aviation, and he had one of those big World War II Grumman flying boats. And they would load it up with fun gear and go out in the Caribbean where the fish were and fish off the boat, or else more on an island somewhere.